This video is going to be probably a long one. You're wondering, Autumn, why do you call yourself on here Joan Crawford? That's not your name. Well, darling, I had an obsession with Joan Crawford in high school, and it has since fermented into my daily life. And I want to tell you, it is Joan Crawford's birthday, and I want to tell you about her and what she means to me. Let's get started. I've got 3 movies that I'm going to tell you about. I love more than these are just 3 real good ones. I had to make a decision. Let me tell you about them. And go watch these. Go watch these because they are good. You're like, oh my God, it's in black and white. This black and white movie is better than anything you've ever seen in your damn life. I'm being honest with you. I'm being honest with you. I'm a little bougie today. I got my little gold on, whatever. Humorous. 1946. Joan Crawford, John Garfield. John Garfield, back in the day, was Hollywood's bad boy. And Joe was like, I want to do a movie with him, girl. And so they did a movie together. And at one time, there's, stories about what they done together on set. I mean, what other raging bisexual would? Joan Crawford was also a bisexual. She wouldn't tell you that, though. Anyway, so her and John Garfield flirted a lot on set, as you could imagine 2 hypersexual individuals doing. Let me tell you about the plot of the movie, because I'm on one of 3. Humorous, 1946. I'm reading this. I'm letting you depict what you want to, because if I explain it, you're going to be like, oh my God. An American melodrama by Warner Brother Pictures. And it's on HBO Max right now. Go watch it on HBO Max. Joan Crawford and John Garfield star in a tale about a violinist and his patroness. John Garfield plays the violin. He learned how to play the violin for this movie. And this older woman who decides she's going to fund his way into becoming a star pupil violinist and help him in his career, she falls head over heels in love with him. So this is basically like Vladimir, Vladimir on Netflix. This is like Vladimir, but back in the day. Girl, it was tea. It was tea. You need to watch it. And I'm not gonna spoil what happens, because it's just, I can't even call it a love story. I can't even call it a tragedy. Moving on. Johnny Guitar. This is a Western. Best damn Western. I'm not talking about the hotel that you will ever watch in your life. Okay? I am going to explain this one to you, because I think I explain it better than Wikipedia. You want to watch this one? You go on Pluto TV, and it's on there. And it's also on YouTube. Okay. Johnny Guitar has Nicholas Ray and Joan Crawford, Mercedes McCambridge, Sterling Hayden, Ben Cooper, Scott Bray. All these people are very, big Western people. They're like, let's make a Western, Joan. She's like, yes, of course. Got really good rave reviews. It's got 94% on Rotten Tomatoes, 4.1 out of 5 stars on Letterboxd. Don't come at me, bitch. Okay, so basically this woman, older woman, of course, I don't want to hear it. Her name's Vienna. She owns this poker casino saloon in the middle of the desert. And this is the only place that she was allowed to build, because the farmers don't want that brought to town. But the railroad, the great wide west expansion, they drive this. That's how my hometown was built, Hopkinsville, is because of them going through. Girl, just, okay, anyway. So this is a stop for tourists. And they're like, oh shit, we don't want no out. These farmers that are in control of the government. Do you understand what's going on up here? Listen, clock in. They don't like her. They try to find any which way but south to get rid of her. And what do they end up doing, girl? They end up trying to hang her. You need to go watch this. They burn her place down. They do all these things to get her out of there, but she ain't leaving, bitch. She's not leaving. And then, of course, you got the romance in there because who knows? Why you had to have a romance in there, I don't know. But that's a good movie. You got to go watch that. It's an action romance. It set the time for the era. Last one. Sudden Fear. Oh, you were going to love this one. When I think of film noir, that's also the name of my company, Cherry Noir. When anytime you think of film noir, I think of this movie. It is smoking cigarettes in the back alley, plots for murder. Let me just explain. You have to buy the DVD for this one, or you can rent it on Amazon Prime or YouTube for like $4. Okay, Joan Crawford plays this rich playwright called her name is Myra Hudson. And she writes this play and ends up falling in love with the main actor that the production casted for her. And she goes on to discover that it was her love interest. He was plotting to kill her the entire time. And you don't figure that. This ain't a spoiler because they put it in the trailer. You don't figure this out until halfway through. And then the movie takes a sudden drastic change from a romance to a thriller to a psychological point to this is like Stanley Kubrick before Stanley Kubrick was Stanley Kubrick. Okay. Jack Palance was Lester Blaine. Scary motherfucker. Scary man. And this gives me like weird type vibes, whatever. Okay, well, her love interest, he lives a whole double life outside of her. But we don't figure this out until the director wants us to figure it out. So, in conclusion, that's a noir, that's a drama. All of these movies, well, Sudden Fear and Humorous, they are in black and white. Johnny Guitar is colored. Sudden Fear came out in 1952, Humorous 1946. And then colorization happened and Johnny Guitar came out in 1954. Go watch these. If you want a good storyline, you look at the stuff that's written today. And especially if you're a writer, if you're a director and you're looking for inspiration, go watch Joan Crawford movies. She's made 80 movies in her career, more than that. And she gets set up all the time by don't even get me started. She gets set up all the time by her daughter, who was written out of her, Joan Crawford wrote Christina out of her will because she was so selfish. She thought that she didn't need the money. Christina was so selfish. And then she was like, no, Mama, I'm going to do you one better and I'm going to write a book. It is called Mommy Dearest and I'm going to take that away from you. And now all you're going to be known for is wire hangers. Joan Crawford is so much more than that. Go watch this woman. I am obsessed with her. I'm obsessed with her and Elizabeth Taylor. Humorous, Johnny Guitar, Sudden Fear. Go watch them. And happy birthday, Joan. I love you. I miss you.